Hey, organic family. Hey. Welcome to Holistic Ministries with your host, Coach Mac from Roots and Rhythmology and the Organic Family Values. How are you doing this night? I hope your week went well. I hope your day went well. Let me get situated here. Yeah. Holistic Ministry. Talking about health and wellness from a biblical standpoint or point of view. Talking about things or speaking on topics that relate to health and wellness, and that's including mental health. You know, it's a very broad description of health and wellness because it deals with being at your optimum level. It means being healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, healthy, feeling full in life. So because every other coach out there is concentrating on your physical fitness, what we do on Sundays, we concentrate on your spiritual fitness. Okay? They work the outside, we work the inside. They both connect. You can't have one without the other. I've been, let me just tell you, like today, I want to tell you in business, you're going to get a lot of ups and you're going to get your downs. That's just life. You're going to go through different psychological changes. Am I good enough? What more could I perfect to be better? You go through everything. And running a business, depending on what type of business you're in, it can run you down. Physically and spiritually. I can tell you because I'm pretty much always hard on myself. I'm always educating myself with the latest state-of-the-art information so I can better serve myself, my family, and my clients. But like I'm going headstrong into what I believe in, there's an opponent or a competitor, which I'm only in competition with myself. But there are other businesses out there that should be, if not, doing the same thing that I'm doing. I'm just so stubborn with learning new things. Anytime I get involved with certain subjects, one door opens up another, that opens up another, and it just keeps on. And I'll be there for hours. Not bored, just focused, absorbing the information. But then even at that point, I have to learn to retreat and gather the information I got so I can process it. I have my Crown Ambassador along with other clients and associates that hit me with different DMs on IG or TikTok or Facebook about a health and wellness real story just to hear my input on it. Sometimes the real could be real, or sometimes it's not the full story. It's impartial. People are starting to get customs to giving you the full information when they do these things. I start to hear that now. Certain people, not everybody, they keep a lot of people stagnant. But with me, I try to give you all of the information. We were doing juice sales this week for the detox juices. That's going well. And in South Carolina as well in New York. Things are a little bit slow, but it's expected. People are starting to become more conscious, which is a blessing. You know? But before I continue on in, let me get down to opening up the session. Word of life. Open my eyes to see you and my mind to learn more about you through these pages. Author of creation, protect me against anything that would lead me astray. Help me hold on to all that is true, good, and beautiful. May I sense your presence as I read and find you closer with each turning page. Amen. All right. So, getting back on topic, because everything that I'm talking about does relate to our subject of spiritual fitness. If I don't show transparency, how can you believe in what I'm telling you if I've never gone through it? There is no perfect coach out there. I don't care. There's no perfect coach out there. There's just coaches like myself that aim for perfection, but we're not perfect. If you think you're perfect, you're going to only aim for failure. Okay? So, let's go here and I'll just touch base on to every topic. So like right now we got spiritual fitness. It refers to the state of being connected, resilient, and at peace with one's inner self, belief, and values. It's an integral aspect of overall well-being, comparable to physical fitness, but it focuses on nurturing the mind and spirit. Here are a few key components to practice to enhance your spiritual fitness. So, like I told you last week, this is what I want everybody to start getting involved with, is bring your notepad with you so that you can take a little bit of this information. Like I said, we're all chalkboards. We're all recorders. If there's information that you receive that's not for you, but it could be for a coworker, a significant other, a family member, the neighbor down the block, the mailman that comes to drop, everyone who's breathing can utilize the information. This is free information. Free. The only thing I'm spending is time with you. So is it really free? That's another question. But we're on the topic of spiritual fitness. So now we already know it's the state of being connected. As I was telling you earlier, that being a business owner, you have your ups and you have your downs. You have your highs, you have your lows, you have the days that you're reading 50 or 70 health history forms, where those are new possible clients coming in for you to assist them. And to assist people in their wellness is not the most easiest thing, but I have fun doing it. It's a process. Some of us have to, not some of us, but all of us have to learn the process. Some of us give too much information too quickly. Then we wait for the client to act on these things, but at the same time, they're like, wait, it's too much, and then your client gets aggravated, and that's not what you're trying to do as a health coach. You're not trying to give more stress to your client. You're trying to hold them accountable. You're trying to keep them woke. And spiritual fitness, which we talking about the mind and the connection, you have to be connected with them. So basically here, one of the key components is identity and purpose. Understanding who you are and your life's purpose. I told you guys last time, I said I created an avatar of myself. I'm 52 years old. And what have I been doing? What enlightens me through these 52 years of life? What do I connect to that tells me who I am? I know I love art. I was an art major. I know I've been in the martial arts up to 5th degree black belt. I've known that I've been in the security field of protecting people for pretty much a lifetime, many decades. I'm a teacher. I love giving information. I can do that all day. So, and I'm just tapping into a few things. Those things create who I am. So I'm a one being that's connected with all of these different things, all of these different energies. So once you understand who you are and what your purpose is, and you start exercising that, that's a part of spiritual fitness. There are so many people out there who's in their 60s and 70s who thought they knew who they were, but they still don't. Because first of all, you say, hey, for the mothers, hey, I'm a mother. I have 3 or 4 children. I raised them until they go. Now I got the grant. But that still doesn't identify who you are as an individual. Let's take away you being a mother. Who are you? What are your life expectancies? What do you expect out of life other than raising children? Because there's more to a human being than just raising children. What other things do you enjoy? Or did you lose that part of you in the process? Sometimes even, we can move the children topic to the side, sometimes it's the people around you. The people around you could be toxic, where every time you come up with an idea, they're putting it down. Just remember that the information that you receive from the universe, from the Most High, from God, was for you. It was your calling. Only you needed to know that. If he wanted them to know that, it would have been a conference call. But it was told to you. Les Brown spoke in one of his seminars, and he said the most wealthiest place in the world is the graveyard. That's the area where all of the best ideas and inventions and songs and stories and movies and anything that you could possibly create has died off with the individuals, because Either they didn't have enough courage in themselves to actually pursue it. Maybe they kept on running into brick walls. Maybe they kept on telling it to the wrong people. They told it to the people that they care about, but the people didn't care about them enough to listen. Now you feel broken. Just think about it. We're talking about spiritual fitness. We're still on the first component called identity and purpose. Understanding who you are and your life's purpose. You need to write down tonight. You don't have to do it, but your assignment is to find out who you are. It sounds ridiculous, but find out who you are. I go live because people do comment later on the recording, and when I do get a chance, I do upload my videos to my YouTube channel to reach out to other people. Just so that you'll know, I've always been an introvert for the longest time. And I have a coach that coaches me in business. I go to mastermind courses, and this is something that I was told to do so I could get comfortable speaking before the masses. Because you might have all the information that you have, but still uncomfortable in speaking in front of people, answering questions and so forth. I've been doing holistic ministry for the past 4 months, and I have him on my live, and we start talking further into the chapter. Sometimes I ask random questions to people. I give information to people. I have people DM me during the weekday saying, hey, I listened to the recording of your holistic ministry, and I love that topic that you was talking on, and we start conversing off of that. I love giving back to the people. Either you're here on the live with me, or people will see the recording later. But I love doing it. I love sharing the information. I'm connected. I enjoy doing it. There's so many recordings that I have that I would delete all the time because it's not that perfect. But what is perfect? That's when I had to learn who I was. What is perfect? And then I just started not deleting them, but just letting them go through. So if I have another person come onto my page, even when I'm asleep, just to see what type of human being that I am, or what type of coach that I am, they can always go to my page and they'll scroll through different topics, or a lot of our reels and the the reels, the stories, the posts. We put a lot of comical stuff up. My wife is my assistant coach. She does my content creation, and she put a lot of comical things up there about detoxes. How do you feel on your detox? And so many different things to keep people engaged. I mean, when we started doing that, we went from 1 like or 5 likes of immediate friends to 5,000 plays. To I think my wife and myself, I think we had 500,000 plays on a reel that we put together. I mean, it just keeps on going and it keeps on growing. So topic 1 is to identify and identity and purpose. Component number 2 is connections. Building meaningful relationships with others, and if relevant, a higher power. I'm always in prayer mode. That's just me. I'm in prayer mode. I push nothing on anyone. You choose. You operate the way the universe allows you to operate. But I know what works for me. So I'm always in prayer mode. but also the connection, building meaningful relationships. I started to unfollow people that weren't following me for a couple of reasons. When you follow somebody, you follow them because there's something about them that intrigues you. Something maybe you can learn from, something that you can connect with. If you're not connecting with someone you follow, you have to unfollow. You should unfollow them. But now, the ones that I know that would not follow me, in how would you say it? The ones that I follow that are master coaches, and they have 500,000 followers. I don't expect them to go and look through all of that to find out who I am, unless I stick out. And there'll be a time and place that will be in alignment that I may stick out and they may start following me because I show them that I have value. But other than that, those are the ones I keep because I'm learning from them. But everybody else that's out there, I stop following them because it's a waste of space. Because every time they post up something, it's not in alignment with what I'm doing. So, when it goes back to creating meaningful relationships, I started, like the other day, I started talking to all the DMing most of the people that work out. And I put in the chat certain topics of what are you struggling with the most? And some of them get back 2 days later, the same day, a few minutes later, and we start building a network or a conversation. And I start to see who the people that are following me, who I'm following them. So those are good communications and connections that each one of us should be doing. In your personal life, other than social media, you need to connect with somebody that's mind like yours in order for you to evolve and exercise your spiritual fitness. If you can't connect with anybody, you still don't even know who you are. See, number 2 can't work with connection if number 1, you fail to identify and you fail to understand your purpose in this being, in this realm, on this frequency. You can't get to 2 if you can't get past 1. And 1 says identity and purpose, 2 is connection. You can't build a connection, it ain't going to happen. Then you have number 3, balance and harmony. Achieving a balanced life, harmonizing different aspects of your existence. Here we go. With me, and you can see how you organize this in your life, with harmony and balance. Early in the morning, I go through my ritual of my regular morning routine. Getting up, showering, so forth, prayer, workout, meditation. Once I conclude that, I spend time with the family because I work for myself. I spend time with the family for a bit because it's the summer. And then at a certain time, I go back to my office and I start reading health history forms. I start reaching out to other health coaches and building a network, a big web, strong network with some people. And it works for me. And I just give everything the right amount of time. I don't take away from nobody in the family, and I don't overwork myself. I take my time. Because once I realize I move too fast and I don't do, and I'm going to be aggravated. If I try to spend with the time with the children, but I didn't do my regimen, now I feel like I'm messing up and I'm not giving them the right amount of time, and everything that they do is just getting on my nerves. So you have to learn how to balance that, and then it'll work in harmony. That's what works for me. You got to see what works for you. And that's number 3, balance and harmony. Achieving balanced life, harmonizing different aspects of your existence. But see, how would you be able to harmonize the aspect of your existence if you still don't know who you are and what your purpose is? And you don't understand how to build a connection. You see how everything plays a role, because once you start to go through all, I believe 1 to 10, now it's putting this forth in your life and exercising on each one of them. You'll be a better human being in this world. You'll definitely be a very, very amazing human being with some spiritual, supernatural powers, due to the fact that you learn how to put everything in place. You already identified your purpose of existence. You know who you are. You know how to build connections, because you're a connecting soul, and you're building connections with other people that are in alignment with who you are. Okay? And then we get down to balancing and harmony on the relationship you have with everybody. For example, I'll tell you this. There's certain friends, and the topic for those that just joined in, spiritual fitness. Spiritual fitness is the topic. When it comes down to balance and harmony, I'll just share this with you. There are certain friends that I have that I will not talk about business. There are certain friends I won't talk about politics. There are certain friends that I'll keep far away, and that's the reason why we remain friends, because you know where to keep everybody in their own category. I will not talk to my best friend Joe Blow for 30 years about business and stocks and stuff, because he has no idea what I'm talking about. I will not talk to such and such about religion or politics, because then we get into an uproar. So you have to learn how to balance that. You talk to everybody according to their purpose in your life. You also have to go through your phone and ask yourself, everybody that I've spoken to in this month, have they been an asset or withdrawal of my energy? You have to really, really figure it out. Like, scroll through your phone, like most recent calls. Wow, okay, this person add value to me. This person, withdrawal, got me angry. This person always asking for something, withdrawal. And then that's how you put things in perspective. And by you doing that, you start to build balance and harmony, because you already know how to deal with everything. Okay. So now we coming down to resilience. Cultivating the ability to cope with life's challenges and bounce back stronger. How many of you can do that? How many of you can get hit with life's blow and bounce back? How many of you can get hit with Murphy's Law, when things can go wrong, will go wrong, and you went with it? Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you can tell yourself a big fat lie that I can deal with everything with no problem, then high five to you. I'll share something with you. Just this week, looking forward to doing a business deal with one of my products. And it was months ago, leading up to today, I was waiting for the reply, because I know that the company is very, very busy. I'm very busy too, but I'm trying to make this deal happen. Sitting back saying, hey, no news is good news. Then I followed up with another message to the person, and the person told me, I want to thank you for your time, Coach Mac, and your products are excellent, but we have an establishment like yours in our area, right there in our area. And I said, wow, okay, not a problem, because they weren't there before, but there's so much going on in their area, it was bound to happen. I thought I'll be the first. So I've been waiting since March, April, May, June, and we're in July. 5 months for this thing to go down. Do you think I feel like bothered or heartbroken or something? Yeah, it bothered me. It bothered me emotionally because it was something I was looking forward to. It was a relationship I was looking forward to. And it didn't work as I wanted it to work. But do I understand how business? I do understand business. I darn sure understand how business operates. You win some, you lose some. But the person did also reply that I am going to tag you into my affiliates who don't have your type of business in their area, and I'm going to, refer you to phenomenal. So with every blessing, there's a lesson. Or with every lesson, there's a blessing. You got to bounce back. Because you know why you bounce back a little bit better? Even though it hits you. It hits you. But you know why you bounce back? You bounce back because you know who you are. You know your number one. You know your identity and your purpose. You build a connection with people. Especially the higher power. You understand balance and harmony. And now you up to resilience. How do you test your resilience? By going through things. That's how you test it. For example, if you're working out your physical, how do you know that you're stronger? Give me 2 seconds. I have right here a 25-pound weight. We're going to say every day, physically, I'm pumping the iron, and I'm doing this 25-pound dumbbell 100 times. I'm doing it 300 times. Listen, if you could do it that much, that means you need to add more weight to it. You need to get a bigger dumbbell that's going to give you less so you can build the strength, build the integrity, go through the resistance process. It hurts, but it makes you stronger. Spiritual fitness works the same way. That's the area that everybody overlooks. Spiritual fitness, it's like it don't exist, and it does. Your spiritual fitness empowers your physical fitness. It empowers it. So, once again, I had to bounce back. Boom. I'm not depressed. Was I bothered? Yeah, but that's business. Was I looking forward to a fruitful future? Yes, with the company? Absolutely. You know what? There's going to be another one. There's going to be another one out there, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen at the right time. This wasn't my time, but it'll happen at the right time. You also got to go through that too. It could be something as a job promotion on your job. It could be you getting a job. It could be you pursuing something that didn't work in alignment with it. Don't lose it. Don't throw in the towel yet. You're just getting started. So now we go to number 5. Number 5 is inner peace. Finding calmness and peace within yourself despite external circumstances. That's one thing I had to do because I know myself. I sat back in my meditative state and I focused and I gave gratitude to everything I do have. I gave gratitude to everything that I had. I gave gratitude from the physical of the personal part of my life, the business aspect of my life, my mental health. I gave gratitude. There was so much gratitude given, there was not enough room for the other thing to enter my mental health. I gave so much gratitude to everything I have going for me, I almost forgot that I didn't make a deal that I was waiting for the past 6 months. That's how good life can be if you exercise your spiritual fitness. You got to tap into your spiritual fitness, people. Inner peace. Now, for those that just came on, what we were talking about, or what we are talking about, is spiritual fitness. For those that don't know what spiritual fitness is, it refers to the state or being connected, resilient, and in peace with one's inner self, beliefs, and values. It's an integral aspect of overall well-being comparable to physical fitness, but it focuses on nurturing the mind and spirit. Here are some key elements that we were talking about. Now watch this. We need to identify ourselves and find out what our purpose is. Who are you? Identify who are you. Once you're able to identify and know what your purpose is, then you go to the next level of building a connection. Because it should be easy once you find out what your purpose is, who you should be connecting with. You should be only connecting with people that are just like you. Why would you be connecting with anybody other than people that's in harmony with who you are and what your purpose is? The reason why most of your relationships with, a personal relationship, business relationship, work ethic relationship is not working is because you're trying to force a situation that should not be there. Then you move on to balance and harmony. Once you build a connection, you start to learn how to create balance in your life and harmonize off of that frequency. Spiritual fitness. Once you start to get the hang of it, now it's time to keep executing it and making it stronger and stronger and stronger till you're resilient. Period. Then right after you get through balance and harmony, resilience, cultivating the ability to cope with life's challenges and bounce back. I just gave people a story of what had happened, waiting for a deal to go through for the past 5 months and it didn't work out. But I was able to bounce back. Before I can bounce back financially, I have to bounce back emotionally. I have to bounce back in my mind and my heart. Once I got that back on track, in balance and harmony, because I know what my purpose is. See, people fail to understand, and I heard this on a radio station about 3 years ago. They said the worst thing in life is not death. The worst thing in life is living life with no purpose. That's the worst thing in life, is living life without a purpose. You're just as one of the books that I've read called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Basically, you're a drifter. You're a drifter. That's all you're doing. You're drifting. When you find purpose, you're no longer drifting. When you know who you are, what you are, and what you're here to do, there is no drifting for you. Why? Because everything you do in life is with purpose. For those that cook, they cook with purpose. They know where the pots is, the pans is, the seasoning, the vegetables, the meats, or whatever you cooking. They know what the temperature of the stove and the oven is supposed to be. That is with purpose. You're not a humming. You're doing things with purpose. Then once you put that into place, then you got inner peace. Why? because everything is working out smooth for you. Finding calmness and inner peace within yourself, despite the external thing. I had to find inner peace first in order for me to be a better coach, a better father, better grandfather, better spouse, better human being. Not human doer, a human being. That's in order. I had to learn how to exercise and flex my spiritual muscle for my spiritual fitness. Everybody should be taking notes because we all fall short of these things. I'm 52 years old and I am still learning. I am still grinding. I want to build. Watch this. I have a perfect saying, and you probably heard me say it before. If you did not come from a healthy family, make sure a healthy family comes from you. If you didn't come from a wealthy family, make sure a wealthy family comes from you, because health is wealth. What you do today will affect your tomorrow. So if you're taking notes on how to build up your spiritual fitness and put that in place in your life, and it won't be easy for some, but you know who you are, you know what you're capable of, you know what your purpose is. Stop living life without a purpose. Stop living life without a purpose. It's important for you to be on point for your family. You got children. You got to be on point for your children. Spiritual fitness. When your kid catches a temper tantrum, if you don't understand what spiritual fitness is, how can you chastise your children? Oh, just do as I say and that's it? You sound corny. Let's keep it 100. You got to work within yourself so everything outside can reflect. The people around you will reflect because you're in alignment and you know what your purpose is. It's important. So now after we go through that part, we could go through like meditation and mindfulness. Meditation helps clear the mind and focus on the present and understanding deeper truths. First of all, let me keep it 100. Everybody need to clear their mind. We got so much going on around us in this world, in this economy, on social media, on the news. It's mayhem. Total mayhem. This is my opinion. When we had that escapade in 2020 called COVID, the reason why a lot more people died because they were depressed. They were already sick from the get-go. They had their diabetes, they had their blood pressure, this, that, and the other, but they were home, trapped. That caused stress. They weren't outside and about getting that vitamin D up in their system. They wasn't walking, they wasn't breathing the air. They were trapped in their homes. No one wants to be trapped. That caused stress on top of the stressful eating that they had, the stressful lifestyle that you put them in. And then you know what happened? You finished them off with the news. You finished them off with the TV. Breaking news. Such and such many people died who had, oh my God, now they're dying. You created a construct that manipulated their system because they weren't, watch this, they wasn't up on their spiritual fitness. For those that know their purpose and went through some things and found their inner peace, instead of allowing society to make them fall into pieces, we gotta work together. We gotta build community. And that's why I come on here every Sunday night for the past 4 months. And I start talking about health and wellness from a biblical standpoint, because you can't make this up. I didn't put it there. I just started digging deeper. While the pastors talk about every religious aspect of their stuff, I'm talking about the health and wellness and the mindset in the spiritual and the physical aspect of a human being. So meditation and mindfulness helps clear the mind and focus on the present and understand the deeper truths. Mindfulness stays present in the moment, can reduce stress and increase awareness and appreciation for life. Mindfulness, gratitude, prayer and reflection. For those of you who are religious or spiritual, prayer can be a profound practice. Reflecting helps you understand your experience and lessons. Remember, I told you, I went through a business deal that didn't turn out too good because I wanted to do business with them, but they're referring me to other affiliates, so there's a lesson within that. If I would have I don't want to do business with nobody, and had a narrow-minded disposition and didn't have inner peace, I wouldn't have the connections from their affiliates. I had to know myself. In street terms, I had to check myself before I wreck myself. We already know how it goes now, right? I ain't in the rapping mode though, but you know what I'm talking about. So here we go. Reading sacred texts or inspirational material, engaging with spiritual or philosophical lecture can provide wisdom, comfort, and guidance. I'm always on YouTube University, just listening to the Mastermind Society. I'm listening to the Napoleon Hill. I'm listening to the Eric Thomas. I'm listening to the Jeremy Anderson. I'm listening to the Myron Golden. These are all multimillionaires. Les Brown. I'm absorbing information that applies to me. Why am I absorbing information? Because they've been there already. They done that. And it's more food for thought. And it inspires me. Find out what inspires you. Pick up a book. If you're not a book reader because you're always on the go, download an Audible and listen to something. Stimulate your mind. Stimulate your soul. Don't be scrolling, like, and all this other stuff. There's more to life than that. So read some sacred texts or inspirational material, or listen to it, whatever floats your boat. Now we got number 4, community and fellowship. Joining a group with similar beliefs or values can offer support, friendship, and shared purpose. One thing I believe is each one can teach one. There's something that you guys know that I might not know, or things that I was questioning, but you might know more of, and you just giving me more revelation to what's going on. Each one teach one. I'm always open. I'm always open-minded, and I'm always open for a challenge. And the challenge doesn't have to be negative. It's stand by your guns. Keep it real. The most stupidest question is the one that you keep to yourself instead of speaking on it. So community and fellowship is important. Joining a group. You can come here every Sunday night between the hours of 10 and 11. If you guys have a business you're into business, or you're starting a business and you want to advertise your business on IG Live every Thursday night between 7:30 until myself and 2 other entrepreneurs are on. We're called the Conglomerates. We advertise people's businesses, their new books. That's another thing. I got a book coming out. I got a few books, but one book that it's a chapter book. It's called Thinking Big, A Glimpse into the Mind of an Obese Person. And it's talking about things that I've gone through, struggles I've gone through, not only about me, but everyone that I've interacted with. I want you to understand, and understand how this is going down. That's how you strengthen your physical and strengthen your spiritual. Then we got journaling. Writing down your thoughts and experience can help clarify your beliefs and feelings and track your spiritual growth. Like, you sit there at the gym going, ha, 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 and you writing, oh, I did 15 push-ups and pull-ups and this, that, and the other. The same thing you could be journaling about your spiritual growth. Yo, this dude or this female was getting me, it's eating at me. But you know what? I remembered holistic ministry. And we was talking about spiritual fitness. And I said, you know what? Murphy's Law. When things can go wrong, will go wrong, just don't go with it. I got it. Let me find that inner peace. Let me go and woo-sah somewhere. That's showing growth. That is showing growth within itself. That's when you start writing things down to see how you're moving forward in your life. It's important. Okay? So now we going down to nurture and solitude. Spending time in nature or moments of solitude can help you connect yourself to the world and the world around you. Definitely, you should be going outside. You should be, you know what, for those that, because of, depending on where you reside, you might not have a park, you might live on concretes and stuff. You should have living plants in your house. You should have something living, other than an animal, but something living in your house, so that you could sit down and relax. Get your aromatherapy going on. Absorb that plant, and that plant absorbs the carbon from you, and you enjoy the oxygen and the clean air, because there's certain plants. If anybody needs to know what plants, you can Google it, or you can DM me. I can share with you some plants that are good for clean air in your house or apartment, wherever you live, cave, whatever. Okay? So, you know, that's important, to connect with nature, because you are part of the universe, and the universe is a part of you. For real. You are a part of the universe, and the universe is a part of you. Okay? So now we down to service to others. Acts of kindness and service can foster a sense of connection, purpose, and fulfillment. Here we go with that purpose again. If you don't know who you are, what your purpose is to be in existence, then shame on you. Because I already told you, you can't get the rest of them until you get past one. Knowing who you are, why you here, is important. So once you understand that, now you're able to help others, and others are able to help you. It's all about spiritual growth. It's important. Acts of kindness. How hard is it to do kind things for people? I know most of us live in certain areas that is frowned upon by you holding the door for somebody. Boo-hoo, wee-wee, whatever you want to call it. Grow up. Grow up. You got to grow up. The act of kindness is important. That's one of your purpose, or should be one of your purpose, of why you're in existence. Is to service man. And you are part of man, so humankind, you should be service as well. If it's just you giving any, you're sitting at a table. For those of you that work in the office where there's other people, you're sitting in your cubicle and you hear that a co-worker of yours is dealing with something, and you know that you are good at what they're dealing with, and you guys are close, but you want to give that person some spiritual advice. It's important. Let the person know what's going on, because you know what would mess you up? Knowing that person jumped off the bridge right after they left work. They jumped off the bridge, and you never got a chance to tell them because I wanted to mind my business. Listen, they said it loud enough for you to hear. The universe wanted you to hear, and you had the key. You had the zip cord to pull them off the bridge, and you let them go. Come on, people. Act of kindness. Okay, I know it's 4 minutes after, right? But I started a little bit late anyway. And then gratitude practices. I told you about gratitude practice. Regular reflections of things you are grateful for can shift focus from negative to positive aspects of life. I told you while I was going through trying to do this business deal, I wasn't feeling it. After 5-6 months of talking about it to myself that this deal is going to go down, and it didn't. But they said that they'll refer me to someone. Did it bother me? Yes, it did. But I started to find the inner peace by praying and thanking the Most High for and showing gratitude for everything I did have. Because when you start counting everything that you do have, it outweighs that negative. It changes your perspective. But some of us are selfish. We want it all. You can't have it all. Wake up. Can't have it all. You can't have it all. And you can't have it all the time, and you can't have it all at once. Just like trying to drink. You try to breathe and drink at the same time, you're going to drown. When you're swallowing water or a liquid, you can't breathe at the same time because the muscles are not working that way. You'll drown. Think about it. You can't do it all at once. Relax. Give me 1 second because we got a lot more, but I'm going to keep it short and we can continue this next Sunday. But gratitude is important. Physical practices like yoga, tai chi can bring the gap between physical, mental, and spiritual health. If anybody wants to know any of these forms, from Tai Chi Chuan to Goju Ryu to Shotokan to Jiu-Jitsu or weaponry, yoga, I don't know. I've done a little bit. It's very difficult for my bulkiness, but it works. But everything else, if y'all need it, let me know. DM me. I can record some stuff for you to practice. And that'll bridge the gap between your physical, mental, and spiritual health. Because one thing about martial arts, it combines your spiritual energy and your physical energy. That's why I told you can't have one without the other. They both balance each other. So once you go through the whole regimen of the practices, the benefits that you feel is greater resilience, emotional strength, enhanced well-being, improved mental and emotional health, connectedness, deeper relationships, and a sense of belonging, because now you know who you are and you're around the people that you want to be around and that want to be around you too. Your inner peace, reducing anxiety and stress. Stress will kill you. It will take you out like a Mike Tyson knockout back in the day. Okay? So that's something that you have to balance, your stress. You want to feel full in your life. Things that you're involved with, you want to feel full. Because if you don't feel full, you're going to fill the void with something negative. I'm telling you. A greater sense of purpose and commitment is being fulfilled. Engaging in these practices can help you cultivate a spiritual fitness life where inner strength, peace, and purpose can become central to your overall well-being. So that right there is spiritual fitness. I hope I was able to explain to everybody, and it's in detail, giving you my personal input on it. It's something that you have to, it's mandatory, and I will hold you accountable for it. For those that want to be down with the organic family and Roots and Rhythmology, if you go to our website at www.rootsandrhythmology.com and subscribe, let me just tell you, you join the organic family because That's where we value family organically. And at Roots and Rhythmology, they already know a little R&R could go a long way. But I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight and being present. I hope I was giving you enough information that you can utilize in your life and your family's life. I want you to stay prayed up all day, every day. Do what you do best. Live life with purpose. All right? Have a good night, organic family. And as we say in Roots and Rhythmology, a little R&R could go a long way. Have a good night.